When the truth is found to be lies.
My favorite film and literary genre is post-apocalyptic science fiction. Alas, Babylon, The Day of the Triffids, The Road, The Postman, a long list to which we now may add Falling Skies, the much-heralded television series produced by Steven Spielberg that premiered this Monday with a 2-hour pilot episode on TNT.
History is full of inferior forces creating so much trouble that the invading army leaves.
You do whatever you've got to do to defend those civilians. I understand.
6 months after an alien invasion has wiped out all of Earth's major cities, all its armies, and a sizable chunk of its civilian population, 90% according to one character's calculations, the survivors have organized themselves into resistance cells to fight the occupying army of what they call skitters, six-legged man-sized beasties, fast, agile, intelligent, and harder to kill than a deer tick. But they can be killed if you get in close. Falling Skies takes place in Massachusetts, where a giant mothership sits astride the ruins of Boston on landing gear thousands of feet tall. Heat-seeking fighter craft and sound-seeking robots called mechs, as in mechanicals, emanate from the mothership in an endless tide of death and destruction. Most disturbingly, the skitters attach their larvae, referred to as harnesses, to the backs of children. We see one herd of harnessed children being led away, glassy-eyed, by several mechs, probably to a hatchery inside the mothership. Judging from recent works by Spielberg and pals, most notably Cloverfield producer and Super 8 director J.J. Abrams, our planet is due for a major infestation of spacefaring spiders. Not reptilians, not tall whites, not the greys, so commonly reported by alien abductees to the Max and Montaldos of the world, but spiders. And I'm just going to mention here that Spielberg executive produced Arachnophobia in 1990, and the name Spielberg has 5 letters in common with the word spider in order, just saying. The cast of Falling Skies is led by ER veteran Noah Wyle, who in this series plays Tom Mason, formerly a professor of military history, now a leader of the resistance. Mason's wife is dead, a victim of the invasion, so he carries on as the single father of 3 sons, one of whom has been harnessed and is missing. His eldest son, Hal, is played by Hannah Montana heartthrob Drew Roy, who, together with Wiley, form the contingent of male love interests, which I predict soon will be rounded out by Colin Cunningham as the skitter-whacking bad boy John Pope.
You call yourselves a resistance, right? So resist! Open fire!
The female love interests include Moon Bloodgood as Dr. Ann Glass, physician to the front, and Jessie Schramm as Karen Nadler. Glass is falling for Mason, and Nadler is falling for Mason's son, Hal, although that pairing might be short-lived since the Nadler character is listed at imdb.com as appearing in only 5 of 9 episodes. The wild-card love interest is Sarah Carter as Maggie, who shoots and kills 2 of John Pope's henchmen before defecting to the resistance.
Here they come! Stay down! These things can be hit, and they can be hit hard.
Will Patton plays Captain Weaver, who, assisted by Mason, leads the 2nd Massachusetts Division of the Resistance, while Mason muses philosophically about the centuries-old love-hate relationship between soldiers and civilians, and cites historical precedent for successful campaigns against superior forces. Captain Weaver is a grim, distant, dyed-in-the-wool military realist. We can expect plenty of head-butting from these two, and from Pope, who believes the skitters that he's so adept at killing ultimately will do to us what the colonists did to the Native Americans, or worse.
This is our home. Our world.
The pilot episode of Falling Skies introduces us to a very pleasing mix of well-performed, multidimensional characters with interesting backstories. Yes, the young love theme and the single-parent theme might get a little tiresome over time. Spielberg's penchant for the warm and fuzzy is well known, but the skitters and the mechs are exquisitely rendered, and that shot of Boston with the mothership parked on top of it kicks ass. Which is why I don't fault a series like Falling Skies for its wild deviations from the reality of contact as it's currently understood, nor do I expect it to offer any useful contribution to the exopolitical debate. All I ask is that it be entertaining, and Falling Skies, I am happy to report, is just that.